He jumps up. You want something like Debo? You want something too? I'm like, no, I don't.
Welcome to Untold Stories. I'm your host, Master Tesfatsion. We've had 12 incredible episodes in season 1, and what better way to have a season finale than here in Miami in South Beach during Super Bowl week, and I'm excited for my next guest. He is a New Orleans native. He is a Hurricane great, a national champion, a Ravens legend, a Super Bowl champion, a member of the NFL 100, a Hall of Famer, and one of the greatest safeties of all time. I hope I'm doing you justice with this introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, please give it up for Ed Reed. Man, what's up, baby?
Good. Cool.
How you doing?
I'm good, man.
Yeah.
No complaints, man.
How's retirement been treating you, man?
Retirement is semi. Football is a short-lived career, so you have to plan for, the next chapter, you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I'm retired from football, but I'm still around it. I'm still doing a lot of things.
What all that planning you doing? Do you get time to play pool or nah?
A little bit, man. I got a pool table in my house, so
All right, cool.
I shoot a little bit every now and then, but now it's the ping pong, it's table tennis.
Oh, that's what you want?
Yeah.
All right, before you grab that stick now, I got a gift for you, all right? Since you're the OG, you're in a pool hall, I got to make sure the OG feels comfortable.
Always.
I heard you're a big cigar
Yes,
aficionado. So Akshay's got some cigars for you here.
Whoa, now.
Shout out to Glenn, who told me this is one of your favorite brands right here. You feel
man,
me?
no doubt. You know what? I actually got my cutter in my lighter, so you
y'all-
take this right here.
All we need is
Never
the
leave home
ashtray.
without it.
Let me hold this for you right here. When you get
Got
the cigars?
some nice Placencias here. I got into cigars in college, man. And me and Bubba
College?
Frank used to go hit golf balls all the time, losing golf balls. And I was smoking Monte Cristo and Arturo Fuente, and Reggie Wayne called me. It was like, man, I got some premium sticks for you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna hook you up. And sure enough, that's what he did, man. And it's been good since then.
All right, you can go ahead and get cut up real quick.
Yeah, so I got dual cutter. I got the V and the straight cutter.
Is that what you do? Let me see.
Yeah, so you got the V straight. I'm gonna go with a V cut. Actually, I'm gonna crown cut it, which most people just don't really know too much about. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, you do it
Crown
both
for a
ways.
king.
Yeah.
You smoking with me or I'm by myself?
You gonna smoke with you right here? I'm gonna smoke after to celebrate the season 1. All right?
Say
Does that
no
sound
more.
good? Does that
Say
sound
no
good?
more.
While you doing that, while you lighting that, go ahead and grab that stick.
I'll
I'm gonna break
take
real
two.
quick. Hopefully that ashtray don't fall down.
Yeah.
And hopefully I get this break right. Oh, I scratched on the first one. Damn.
You haven't
Go
been
ahead.
practicing much. Let me see what I got
Table
here.
open for you.
Shoot this one ball in the side pocket. Just a little touch.
All right, man. We gonna have a conversation or you just gonna play the whole time? Am I
Oh,
gonna get a chip?
no, I'm with you, man. Let's do it. 7 in the side.
Oh, you good. Go ahead.
I can talk and play. Talk and play pool. I don't talk and play football. I ain't got time for that. I'd leave that for the divas.
I'm gonna go ahead and let you hit this 5 ball. I'm gonna start this conversation. Before we start talk to you about your career, the sports world has been struck with tragedy this week with
Yeah.
the passing of Kobe Bryant. Not only just in the sports world, but we've seen how it's impacted everyone around the world.
Yeah.
Wanted to get your thoughts on where you were on Sunday and how that has impacted you this week.
First, prayers out to all that was affected, all the families that was affected, and the Bryant family. It's tough, man. I always say none of us know the day or the hour when God will call us home. This place we're in, man, is rented. We renting this place. This is not our true home. When somebody passes, it's very unfortunate. Especially when it's young and a mother and dad got to bury their parents, or a daughter, and a husband, man. That's very hard to deal with. But we're left here with the memories that we won't have, and that we hold on to, and that's the hardest part. But all we take from this place is memories. Yeah. That's all you take when you leave, man. You ain't taking no money, you ain't taking no jewelry. All you taking is the memories,
Did you have any memories
with
with Kobe?
Say you're leaving them. I grew up watching Kobe. I'm the same age as Kobe, man, 41. And where I'm from, you don't make it past 14. So I'm grateful to be where I'm at right now, man. But I grew up watching Kobe, man, since he been in the league since he was in high school. You know, I mean, how you not, you know, watch what he's done on and off the court. You know, I'm a big philanthropist. I love working with kids, and the things he was doing, man, how he's transcended the sport, you know, as a human being off the court, man, how you not watch that? You know, how you not emulate that? You know, I always looked up to the greats. You know, Michael Jordan was my favorite player, and knowing that Kobe was everything just like Mike. You know, and that's the feeling I thought, like, man, that's like losing Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? That's losing the great players, Muhammad Ali, you know, so very, very sad day for the world, you know, and it's just so happened I woke up and read Proverbs 27:1 on that morning, you know, and I actually put it in the Instagram today, just Proverbs 1, you read that. You know what I'm saying, man? It helps me, you know, because when you experience that, all of us, being that it's, you know, Kobe, if you experience that in the last year, 2 years, 5 years, we deal with it different, so it brings those feelings back. You know, I lost my brother when I was playing in the league, man, and I know how tough that is. You know, I've been this small texting with LeBron, just, you know, giving him words of encouragement. And, you know, you just never know what somebody's going through, man. So I just wanted to reach out and just say, you know, I know it's hard, man, but stay strong, you know?
Everyone knew about the Mamba mentality and the work ethic that he put in, not only on the court, but in everything that he applied himself to do. I think we all sort of know you for your work ethic as well, and the effort and the dedication and the attention to detail that you put into everything that you apply yourself to.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Man, that comes from my parents. You know, I'm their seed. You know, it's in them. You know, but I had a lot of mentors too, man. You got to have a great circle of people around you if you want to be successful in life, I think. If you want to achieve great things, you got to have the right people in your circle. It's who you surround yourself with. I tell this to kids all the time. You show me your friends, I tell you who you are. You know, me and Mr. George Padron was talking about that last night. You know, man, and that's truly what it is. I've always surrounded myself around God-fearing people, you know, and follow God in people. You know, that was a big part of just living. You know, my parents worked hard, man. My dad worked at Avondale Shipyard for 30 years. My mom worked in kitchens, you know, for 20 plus years, and that's the reason why I cook, you know, so I mean, just the things I knew they went through, man. I feel like kids are supposed to take over where their parents left off. You know, parents build it to a certain point. Kids are supposed to be working out, training, playing sports, going to school, getting good grades. And when they get old enough, you're supposed to take where your parents left off and build up on that. Not go your ass back home and putting your name on the milk and stuff like that. You know, that's not what it's about. You know, I really believe your parents, and I always say this to my kid and say it to a bunch of kids, your parents are raising you to leave the house.
They don't want you back in there.
True stuff.
Let me see if I got any shots right here real quick.
Yeah, you ain't got no
like
shots,
that.
man. I'm a defensive guy. I'm a defensive guy, man.
You saw us right?
There's a lot of blue in between here.
Oh, you think I'm scared?
Yeah. Let me get this cigar going.
Go ahead, get that going while I'm getting this shot.
Shouts out to the fans that's over here.
We got a couple folks out here, man.
I didn't know y'all was going to have a live audience.
We got to do it right for you, man.
I feel like I'm shooting one of Martin shows or something.
Who taught you the game of football? Where'd you learn?
Man, when I was born, man, I mean, I always say I was born to play football. You know, it was just in me. You know, my dad was a super athlete, played everything. I played every sport, baseball, basketball, ran track, soccer, you know, so I always said I was born to play football. You know, and truly it was one of the only ways out of my neighborhood in Metairie. You know what I'm saying? So when I was 5 years old, my brother tossed me the ball and was like, get past me, my older brother. You know, I played a lot of street football. You know what I'm saying? Pole to pole, lamppost to lamppost, mailbox to mailbox. I got a scar on my head from running into a mailbox when I was like 12 years old. I caught the ball too.
How did that happen? I got to hear this story because I know that your Hall of Fame bus, everyone always talks about how beautiful that bus is, the attention to detail to that bus.
Man, I got a picture when I was like 7 years old. I always had hair on my head. But being that football is such a physical sport, you know, I felt like having a little cushion, you know what I'm saying, would help me out. You know, football is a violent sport, a lot of concussions, stingers and such like that, man. So I know it was in my nature, it's part of my culture, you know. I see like we're dealing with a lot of ignorant stuff these days, man, especially when it comes to kids in school and their hair. You know, like this one kid in Texas, they asking the kid to cut his hair. Yeah, man, the kid been growing them since for a long time. Like, that has nothing to do with school. But that's the ignorance that we're dealing with, you know. So for me to wear it like this, you know I need to cut it at times, but it's just natural to me, man. I'm comfortable in my own skin, and that's what it's about. You gotta be comfortable with who you are.
I gotta hear the mailbox story. Okay, so you caught the pass, but what happened? Did you see the mailbox? Was it your? Oh, you getting fancy?
No,
now.
I ain't see the
You doing a
mailbox.
Martin Luther King shot right here on me right now, man.
I am Martin Luther King. Part up. No, man, we was playing on the spot called the playground, and the guy threw the ball, and I'm running like this. I'm running looking for the ball, but I'm out running the ball basically, so I'm looking at it like this right here, and as I catch the ball, I hit the mailbox. And you know how kids are. I got the ball in my hand. They like, let us see, let us see. And I moved my hand and nothing but blood. I passed out after that. My dad, the next thing I heard was like, your dad's on his way to come get you. You know, so it probably was my first concussion, man.
Did you get stitches or surgery? What
I had stitches. I had like 16 stitches, man.
And how long did it take for it to heal up?
For life. I'm still bruised.
I gotta ask you, so you're a guy who grows up in the New Orleans area, it feels like you were born to play football. Why did you choose Miami?
Y'all might want to stand up and look and say, why not Miami, right? Go stand by them stairs, man. I mean, I wanted to get away from home. You know what I'm saying? I felt like my environment was not healthy enough for me to do the things that I wanted to do. I grew up on my way to school, man, I passed up 3 plantations. On my way to high school, wow. I passed up 3 plantations. You know, I did a golf tournament 5 minutes from my high school, not even. You can walk to this golf course. In 1990, my mentor, they were still not able to go to this golf course as black people. You're talking the 90s. You know what I'm saying? So I just didn't want to be around people who just had that old school mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's still in the South. You know, you still see it in Mississippi. My people are from Mississippi. My family's from Mississippi.
With the prison reform situation going on right now, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So that stuff means something to me, man. I'm a people's person. I used to live with my secretary in my high school. She's a white lady. You know, her family, Caucasian, white, you know, so I live with them. That's my family. You know what I'm saying? So I see things different, man. I'm not out here judging people and your race. I don't do that, you know. It is what it is, but I wanted to get away from that, man. And I felt like Miami was gonna be different. And come to find out, it wasn't too much of a difference. You know, but but I really wanted to win a national championship. You know, I wanted to win the national championship, and thank God we did. You know, I actually got my ring on right here. You know, so that what it was about to me, man. It was about playing at the highest level, but put myself in position to also make it to the NFL. You know, I was a businessman at a young age, man.
That 2001 team, considered one of the greatest, if not the greatest. You think it's the greatest?
Yeah. Yeah.
We got some Canes in the house over here.
In college football? I mean, I don't have to shout out the records. I don't have to shout out the first rounders. But I'm gonna just talk about 2 people, myself and Sean Taylor. Sean Taylor was my backup. He wasn't even starting then. And he's a beast. Hall of Famer in my eyes. You know what I'm saying? Antrell Rowe, those guys like that, Jonathan Vilma, all first rounders. You know what I'm saying? So we was on another level in college, but it was about our coaching staff. That's what people don't talk about. It's the people who are guiding you, man. Everybody should have a mentor. You know what I'm saying? But we had men raising young men. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it was about. you know, you need guidance as a young man, as a kid. When you get to college, women, young ladies and young men are becoming men now when they get to college. You know, it's the real world.
People growing up so much faster now.
Exactly. They have access to everything right at the touch of their hand, you know. So, I don't know, man, we just had a great coaching staff. We had Super Bowl winning coaches, Coach Davis, Curtis Johnson, Chuck Pagano, Art Kehoe. I can name so many guys. Mario Cristobal, who's head coach at Oregon now. We had a lot of great men leading young men. And that's what we need now. We need us men to lead our men. You know what I'm saying? Lead these young men, these young kids. We need that more. You see the women doing it. Women gonna be taking over this world sooner or later. I mean, I'm with that though. I mean, we gonna have us a woman president, you know, running this thing because I mean they stand together. You know, I mean they stick together. You see all kinds of women groups doing all kinds of things, man. You know, and we need to stand up as men and take hold of what we supposed to do too.
Is it your shot?
Yeah, it's still my shot.
Go ahead.
I don't
think you're gonna make anything now because I ain't made nothing yet.
I'll give you a shot now.
Go ahead.
Somewhat.
Thank you. You making one. This is a charity donation right there.
I'll help you out.
Now look, I went to Arizona State. I also grew up in Texas, wouldn't escape my situation as well. And I had the same experience you did in Miami. I was like, why the hell would I want to go anywhere else? Mm-hmm. Arizona State is a party school. I had a good time in my 4 years. But I wasn't a prominent football player at the University of Miami.
Word.
What was the party scene like? What was it like being the man on campus and the man in Miami?
The party scene could wait. I never came to the beach when I was in college. I never crossed that bridge when I was in college. You know, I understood to do the things that I wanted to do, man, I needed to be around my teammates and stay close to that school. Don't get me wrong, we had some times when I was older, man. I was 21, 22 when I graduated. You know, I stayed 5 years. So it's how you handle things, man, at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? I had a lot of fun, but when I got to my senior year, we just talked about my senior year, we didn't party during the week. We partied after the game. You do whatever you want after the game, but that week, man, just chill out.
Why?
Because it's a focus time, man. It's work. You know, you're playing a physical sport. We put a lot into, as I say, I put my heart in this shit. You know, in the off season, as we did, let's not waste this opportunity. High school, college goes by like that. Even a career in the NFL, it goes by like that. I'm 41 years old, man, and retired from football. Like, I'm a retired. When people ask me what I do and go to the bank and I'll be like, I'm retired, they'll be like, what, retired? But now I say semi-retired. Semi-retired, retired from football, but I still do other things, you know what I'm saying? So you gotta have a plan, man. You know what I'm saying? So I knew that it was a short-lived career in college. I knew it was gonna go by like that, and I wanted to enjoy. I enjoyed every moment, man.
I gotta ask you about one specific moment while I take the shot real quick. I heard, Ed, you got a story about Shannon Briggs. Who is Shannon Briggs?
Shannon Briggs. That's pretty funny right there, man. Shannon Briggs is a boxer.
Yeah?
Yeah, a champion boxer.
Word?
Very elite boxer.
How big we talking here?
Man, Shannon Briggs, I mean, when he stood up, he looked like King Kong, but about 6'5".
That's a big ass dude.
But he's huge, man. Solid, too. When I say you solid, man.
What happened? Word on the street is, you and Shannon Briggs
whoa.
Had a little something that happened. What happened that night? And did you know he was even Shannon Briggs?
I didn't know. We didn't know he was Shannon Briggs. So
what happened?
Long story short, we got this clique.
Nah, I need the long story. All right,
yeah, I'll give you the whole story. We got a group, the class of 95. I'm class of 97. Class of 95 was known as 2Gs because they graduated in 2000.
2 Gs?
2 Gs.
Okay.
So it's me and Brian McKinney. Brian McKinney and I are the youngest ones with them hanging out, and we're on the beach. Now we didn't cross the bridge, right? And that's why we never crossed the bridge, because number trouble. So we come to the beach with the older guys, me and Brian McKinney and the young guys. We're in the club, and one of the older guys come back in like, y'all gotta come on, let's go. One of our teammates just got knocked out. Like, knocked out? Yeah, he got in the fight. let's go. So we like, all right, cool. We walk through the back of the club in the alley. Then we walk through the alley to Collins. As we coming through, I'm actually in the front. And the guy, you know, my man was like, they right there. So I'm looking, I'm like, so what's up, man? Like, why y'all jumped on our boy? Why you knocked him out? And lo and behold, he jumps up. You want something like Debo? You want something too? I'm like, no, I don't. But I got a bunch of cats with me, so.
Who was with you?
Me, Brian McKinney, I'll just leave it at that. And like 5 other 2G guys.
What'd you say, McKinney? I know
Brian
y'all
McKinney.
good. You in good hands.
Because when he said that, and I'm like, nah, man, we just trying to figure out. Brian McKinney come through. Brian McKinney is, if you never saw Brian McKinney.
How big is he?
Brian McKinney is like 6'9", 300 something at this time. Needless to say, Brian McKinney didn't give up a sack in Miami. So Brian McKinney comes through, wait. He was like, get the little guy. So there's 2 of them, Shannon Briggs and a friend or whatever. So I come around, whatever, hit the little guy. He's pretty much out of there. Brian grabs Shannon Briggs by his dreads, yanks him down like he's Dwight Freeney. He's on the ground, man, and they wailing on him now. I mean, they're going to town on him, right? And he's just on the ground, on his all fours, just taking it, right? So I go over there, by the time I get over there, man, this guy's just took off running out of the group. He's getting kicked, all kinds of stuff, right? So we go back in the club. I'm like, man, I'm done, I'm ready to go home now, man. We got to find our boy, though. So we finally get him. We're like Collins and 17th.
So how far is that from here, right? In this location we're in South Beach right now?
It's about 2 streets over. Like, we're on 17th right now. Like, this is 17th. We're like right here, and he's at Nikki Beach. Nikki Beach is Ocean and 1. You know, Ocean and First. And you like, how do you get down there that quick? He ran down there, dude. Like, Shannon Briggs kicked your ass. You know, so, I mean, that's kind of how it happened. Man, that next day, dude, we had practice. We walking out there sore. Like, we got in a boxing fight. We didn't know that it was Shannon Briggs at the time. You know what I'm saying? Until he actually got sued by my boy because he broke his jaw. You know, boxers can't fight on the street. There's weapons, you know, so he wound up getting sued and everything, you know what I'm saying? So
needless to say, are you cool with Shannon Briggs now? Or what's the relationship like?
I never even met him, man. Never even saw him after that. And I hope you're not watching this right now.
Now, we'll take that from there and go straight to the NFL, okay? You're finishing up your rookie year in the NFL with the Ravens. You say you flipped the switch after your rookie year. Why?
Yeah. Because I understood to have, when you get to the NFL, you hear not for long. And it's true, man.
Average NFL career is what, 3 seasons?
Yeah, that's because the numbers are skewed because of free agents coming in and out all the time. It's a cutthroat business, man. I always said it was like the drug game. No, they don't care. They get rid of you in a minute. So when I got there, you hear not for long. I was like, no, I need for longevity. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to get longevity out of this. I want to have a career. I want to play a long time.
Because you spent your whole childhood prepping for this career.
Yeah, man, and, you know, I got a hurricane there with me and Ray Lewis, you know, and I already knew a bunch of stuff about work ethic, working out and stuff, man. But Ray had a chef. You know, he was living a certain way. Ray had a mansion in Baltimore, you know, so it wasn't so much as like, let me get the mansion and everything, but the things that at least I can say, if I want it, I can get it. You know what I'm saying? Because there's a difference between the want and the need. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't want it. I didn't need it. You know, but if I can say now where I'm at now, shit, if I want it, I can go buy it. But at the same time, you got to have the upkeep. So I was like, man, you got to eat right. You got to work out. You got to train. And quite frankly, I did enough, having enough good time here in Miami and college to where I could put the partying down. And that's what I did. You know, me and Brian McKinney used to go out all the time.
He was also from Baltimore too.
Man, Brian McKinney lived right directly across from me in the condos in Brickell. And he know I'm not lying. He used to have his party bus. He used to pick up everybody. Man, come on, Reed, come on downstairs. I'm like, what you talking about, man? Like, we going out. I look off the balcony. Man, I'm not getting on that bus. You know, but yeah, man, I put it down. He's like, Reed, you changed, Reed. And I did, man. I mean,
When was he saying you changed? When did people notice that?
I mean, I was reading the word more, you know, and just finding myself. You know, I was
How old were
finding
you?
myself. I was 23.
Okay.
You know, and killing that old guy that was, I felt like was dragging me down. You know what I'm saying? That could be people, it could be yourself. You know, if you feel like you're being dragged down, man, you got to change some things. You know, as me and my boys say, you got to take inventory on yourself and your surroundings, the people you surround yourself with.
That's real. That's your shot. I missed it while you were talking about the South Beach story. I couldn't focus. I couldn't get locked in. But you gave me one already. You gave me some donation. So on top of the Miami Hurricanes, do you always wear them on a rope like that? The chains? I see you got the Ravens ring on too.
Yeah, I feel like this is a Miami thing because the first person I saw do it was Trick Daddy.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
When'd you see him do it?
Man, this is back when I used to be running with Trick. Trick took care of us, took care of my family, you know, at times when I was here in Miami. You know, and Trick tend to get a bad rep, man, but he's a really good dude, man. And he truly cares about the kids, you know, and he loved Miami. And when I was here, man, I used to always be around him and his homeboy 22 and just hanging around. And if something was about to happen, he'll let me know. Reed, you need to get up out of here. Get your family, let's go. You know, but he was the first person I actually saw do this. And I just kind of take it from there, man. I always call him Unc. I'll call him Uncle Trick, you know. I haven't seen him in a while, but yeah, man, he was a big part. He was a big part of growth. Yeah. For me in college.
So you got the 2012 Super Bowl ring wrapped around your neck as well.
No. This is my Hall of Fame ring.
Oh, your Hall of Fame ring. Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is my Hall of Fame ring.
That joint big too.
Yeah, it's the biggest. I can't even fit it. I don't think nobody in here can put this on their finger.
Where's your Super Bowl ring at?
The Super Bowl ring is actually back at the hotel. The diamond off the first Super Bowl came off, so.
Oh, we gotta get that fixed.
Yeah, but I wasn't a part of that one anyway, so. I'm not tripping.
What do you take away from that year, though? Because you guys, during that season, you got your ass whooped by the Texans.
Yeah.
There was a bye week that happened, and afterwards, what happened during practice that week?
Man, we had a meeting with the coach. We had a meeting with Coach Harbaugh before the team meeting. Team meeting's at 8:30. We had an 8 o'clock meeting with the head coach in his office. He's like, guys, I'm thinking about putting y'all in pads for the bye week. We were like, Coach, no way. We not doing pads, man, in the bye week. You know, like we're an older team, we don't need that.
Yeah.
Right? And he was like, long story short, he was like, all right, I'm not gonna do it. We're not gonna put you guys in pads. Man, we walk right downstairs and coach was like, all right, we're gonna put you guys in full pads. We was like, no. So I raised my hand like, Coach, come on, man. You just said, you know, you wasn't gonna do that. Can't go back on your word. And he was like, yeah, Ed, I changed my mind walking down the stairs. I'm like, no, man, you can't do that to us, man. You know? So that led to Bernard Pollard getting up, standing up, and then it got heated. At some point, Bernard is yelling at Coach Harbaugh and was like, tell him, Ed. I'm like, whoa, I already said what I had to say. You know, he threw me back in that fire, man, and I chimed in. But it really resonated when Haloti Ngata, who don't say nothing. He's a gentle giant. This is my guy, and everybody know Haloti don't say much. Haloti was like, Coach, you did tell us that. And when Haloti said it, the team backed it. And that right there brought us together. You know what I'm saying? Because that was going into the playoffs, man. We had to go to Denver. We had to go to New England. You know what I'm saying?
It's a tough road.
Yeah, man. And we was already on that, as I can use now, on that Mamba mentality of every day working hard, man. Anquan can tell you, Ray can tell you, Sizzle can tell you, every day we did the same stuff all the way up into the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? We had some bumps in there, some speed bumps that you got to go over. That's natural, that's life, but it was something that really brought us together.
What are you always going to take away from that season?
Man, the memories, man, just being with my boys at practice, the dedication that they put into it, the discipline.
Practice is one of those memories that are always going to pop up for you?
Oh, yeah, man, the locker room. We had a cornhole tournament that year. I think Sam Couch won. Sam Cook won.
Oh, Sam Cook?
Yeah, of course, they got all the time in the world. Our kickers, snappers, and punters, they in there. You walk in there, they throwing cornholes, So that was that was something but that was just bringing us together. I remember I used to tell the guys, don't eat at the facility after practice. And we used to all go to Yuki Sushi and just have drinks and just sitting there, man. It's getting to know your teammates away from the football field.
Why was that important?
What I'm saying? That's very important to know your coworkers, who you working with, man, how they are. You know what I'm saying? How are they going to handle things away from the business? That tells you a lot. You might see I did a sit down with Joe Buck, and I put my teammates on blast, but I had already did it in the meeting, where I told them, like, bro, we got volunteer firemen around here, and y'all grown men throwing your trash right in front of the garbage can. They would miss it and leave it there because they know somebody was going to take care of it, or leave their towel in the shower. Man, you can imagine being in the locker room, going into in the shower, and dirty towels are everywhere on the damn knob that you got to turn the water on.
What'd you take that as a sign of when you saw all that?
Disrespect is disgusting, and that's stuff kids do. I'm correcting my son on this, and y'all doing it? No way, man. This is your house away from your house. Your home away from home. You know what I'm saying? When I lost my brother in 2011, those were my family members to hold me together. So this is our home. But more than anything, respect those firemen, dude. They're grown men, dude. They shouldn't have to be picking up after you. They're not your maids. You know what I'm saying? And if we want to win a championship, me and Ray had this conversation my rookie year. He was just like, bro, we got to do the little things, man. Because little things, if you don't do the little things, it'll turn to big stuff.
There's always alpha males and egos in the locker room. You and Ray Lewis are two alpha males that I feel like, in terms of a leadership perspective, kind of approach things differently.
Yeah.
But it seemed like you always were able to mesh.
Yeah.
Why?
Because, man, I didn't care who got the glory, man. I come from Miami where we had many stars. We had a lot of first rounders. I come from Miami where we were pushing each other to be great. That's what I come from around, and that's what it's about. There's enough out here for everybody to have. They print money all the time. They print money as we speak. That's enough for everybody. So all we got to do is just encourage each other. If we work together, we're going to win. And everybody will have an opportunity to do something, to be in the league. My whole senior class had an opportunity to go to the NFL and went to a team. What you do with that opportunity is on yours. I was going to put mine in a chokehold, as DC Young Fly would say. Shout out to 85 South and my boys. But real stuff. When you get that opportunity, man, you got to put it in the chokehold. Because if you don't, somebody else, especially at the University of Miami, was right behind you waiting for the opportunity.
As you shared, Sean Taylor was behind you.
Real stuff. And I wasn't having it. It wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. No, I'm playing with 3 broken legs.
How beneficial was it for you to have Ray Lewis at the start of your career in the NFL to kind of show the leadership and guidance of how to adjust to the professional level?
Man, it was key to have Ray, Peter Boulware, Derek Mason, Matt Stover. It was a lot of leaders, man. It was not just one leader. I know people always saw me with Ray, and we were like peas in the pocket. We was hurricanes. We were always together. But it was Monty Sanders who was with us too, our trainer. You know what I'm saying? Rohan Marley that was with us. We trained in Jamaica together, so it wasn't just Ray, man. You know what I'm saying? It was many people, because not every time me and Ray saw eye to eye. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't care. I didn't care who get the glory, man. I can care less about that. Like I said, it's enough for everybody. I'm going to take my little bit, have me a cigar, and keep it moving.
Is it my shot? I think it's your shot.
It's your shot.
That was my shot? Okay.
It's your shot.
I got to make one, bro.
If it's not your shot, I give it to you because you need some help.
Let me get this one right here for you.
We got a lot of kids in the street.
You feeling charitable. How was it like for you to win a Super Bowl? We had Jacoby Jones on season 1, also New Orleans native. That I love talking to him.
That's my boy.
Season 1, we talked to him about being able to win in New Orleans.
Yeah.
Winning the Super Bowl in New Orleans.
Yeah.
I want to ask you after I take the shot real quick, you know what I'm saying?
I'm trying to get this out your way, man. I'm trying to help you out.
What was it like for you as a New Orleans native?
Yeah, I'm from New Orleans. I'm from that city.
There.
So for us to go back home, it was everything to me, man. So the week we're going to New Orleans for the Super Bowl, I had to give a speech to the guys about not eating a lot of food. Cause I'm like, dude, come Wednesday, Thursday, don't be eating all this food, man. You're gonna be heavy and sluggish.
I want to give you a spoiler alert. Jacoby Jones did not listen. His mama was cooking gumbo and everything.
My mom cooked too for the guys. No, he listened. Everybody listened. Jacoby should have got MVP, had 2 touchdowns, kickoff return. Come on, man.
It's real.
You know, so I'm like, guys, be mindful, man, eating the food. You know what I'm saying? I brought crawfish and everything to the hotels for the boys. You know, but we still on a business trip, so treat it as such. You know, and plus, man, I'm in my backyard. I'm not losing in my backyard. You know what I'm saying? I ate oysters every day, so anybody know what oysters would do for you?
You was mornings.
Come pregame, I was jacked up. You know what I'm saying? I actually hurt myself in the first quarter. I hurt both of my MCLs. I sprained both of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, but to do it at home, man, it was a true blessing. I can't really even describe winning a championship at home. You know what I'm saying? We was the last team to play in the Superdome before Katrina hit, right? We were the first team to play in the Super Bowl in New Orleans after Katrina. So for me, it's a lot, man. It's special, man. It's so much. You know, I look at Baltimore and New Orleans as twin cities because of the stuff that they experience in the inner cities.
Economically, the way
yeah,
it's
man, if you
structured,
watch Tremaine, you watch The Wire,
same
you get a real
yeah.
good glimpse of how the cities are, you know? So it was special to me, man. And now Baltimore and New Orleans people, when they get together, man, it's a blast. It's a party.
So that was that,
my shot?
Yeah, it's your shot right now. I made 2 real quick, you know what I'm saying? I didn't want to embarrass myself. So, nice shot. Correct me if I'm wrong, that was your last game as a Raven?
That was my last game as a Raven, unfortunately, yes.
Did you know it was gonna end there?
I had a clue. It was gonna end there because when Ray Lewis became a free agent, I was at the house with him, and they didn't offer him too much. So it's a business, man. I learned a lot from Steve Bisciotti, Ozzie Newsome, those guys, you know, and they taught me so much. Excuse me for turning my back to you guys, but they taught me so much about the business. So I wasn't surprised when I called, because I didn't have an agent. I was my own agent. I called, and I'm like, what's going on? What we doing? And they were like, we don't have nothing for you. I'm like, not even $1. They didn't offer me $1, not a dime. So I was like, all right, my time is up. You know, my time is up. So I was all right with it.
I think I said in the Super Bowl, it was an MCM sprain, was it a tear? What was in the Super Bowl?
I had a 2nd-degree MCL sprain on my left leg and a 1st-degree on my right. So as much as I wanted to pick off 3 and 4 picks from Kaepernick because I knew I had him, I couldn't move. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, we played the Saints in the Superdome so many times. That was the only interception I ever had in the Superdome. Wow. Yeah, man, we partied one time down there, like 2006. We was kicking their butt. And the boys on the sideline dancing, doing everything. Everybody from Louisiana, we had like 5 guys on the team from Louisiana. Everybody except for me caught an interception that game. But in the Super Bowl, when it counts, the Hawks showed up.
You stepped up.
Yes, sir.
So the Ravens are seeing you coming off the injury in the Super Bowl. You're getting older. Your time's up there. You end up spending time with the Houston Texans. You're reunited with Andre Johnson.
If I'd have stayed in Baltimore, I'd still be playing today.
You think so?
I know so.
Why?
Because, man, I had everything going the right way. I had my doctor, training, everything. When I went to Houston, it took me back to the South, and it was so discouraging. If y'all don't remember, rest in peace to him, Bob McNair. But out of respect, if y'all remember when we were going through certain things in the NFL, you remember he said you can't let the prisoners run the prison. He was the guy to say that. I saw that before. I saw that when I was there. You know,
The way he ran things, or what?
How the Houston way, sort of say that they called it. You know, and it's not the city, it's the organization. You know, at the time, and they had that old school mentality, man. You had coaches talking reckless to guys. You know, and I'm like, as a grown man, how do you let that happen? And plus, as a coach, you're not going to get everything out of that man that you want because you're talking to him reckless. I was surrounded by a bunch of guys just coming to work. It was a job. It wasn't football anymore. And for me, that was like draining. That was very draining, man. And you actually brought me in, recruited me, and asked me to tell you the things that I'm telling you. And when I started saying that stuff, they shut me off, you know? It was like, that's not how we do it. So I was lied to. I'm too old to be lied to, and I'm too old to play these games with people who, you know, say you gotta play the game to get higher. I'm not playing the game, I got time for that. I go do something else. You know what I'm saying? I go work back at Blockbuster. Yeah, I worked at Blockbuster when I was here in college. So kids, you can have a job.
So you went from there, then you went to the Jets. And then how'd you know it was time to hang it up at that point? Because you're sharing right now that you felt like you still were playing.
Only reason I retired was to bring some joy to Baltimore. Freddie Gray had just got killed, man. And I was sitting in my house in Georgia and was like, you know what? I'm done. You know, I'll let these young folk have it. Let one of these young kids make the roster and let him make some money, man. I'm good. I took care of my finances, still take care of my finances. So I wasn't one of those old guys who like need to stay playing, you know? So I was like, bring some joy back home, and I started building my foundation up in Baltimore even more.
Why'd you feel it was on you to bring the city joy through your retirement during a really rough time for that city?
Because, I was in that light. You know, it's kind of like Kobe, man. You're in that light. What can you do? You know, because all we're here to do is leave this place a better place than we got it when we came. You know, so that's when me and my advisor, Glenn, my director of my foundation, started talking about doing more stuff in the community, man. I went from my first year starting my foundation, feeding 30 people with my financial advisor, Brad Davis, feeding 30 people. We used to go to the store ourselves, pick up the bags, pick up the turkeys, the fixings and everything, and bag it ourselves, bring it to Booker T. Washington. We went from 30 to now, 20 years later, feeding like 5,000.
Yo.
You know, so.
That's incredible, man.
That's what it's about.
That's incredible.
You know, that's what it's about. But I felt like, you know, I was getting calls from the White House, make an Instagram post to the kids and tell them to go home during the Baltimore riots. I said, that's got to be the stupidest thing I ever heard. Why? Because ain't nobody who's riding is looking at their damn phone. They damn sure ain't out there taking pictures like we out here getting stuff. I'm not about to do that.
And who couldn't you relate to more, the White House or these kids protesting?
Kids, because I know why it got to that point. I work with Booker T. Washington in Baltimore. They don't give these kids a chance. These kids come down the street and there's more abandoned buildings, just like you seen on The Wire. They walking past those abandoned buildings. They might have one that's being housed, you know what I'm saying? So these kids go to school with no hope in Baltimore, man. You know what I'm saying? So it was easy for me to deny that because they're the root of it. The government won't allow you to do nothing in the schools. The government won't allow you to take care of our kids. The kids are our future. How as a human being, as a grown person, that you deny a kid opportunity? A kid is innocent. You got kids raising kids in Baltimore, man, because their mamas are strung out on stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's around the world. But what I know, in Baltimore, we need help. We need help. And don't get me wrong, Baltimore is not a bad city. We got a bad rep, but when you go visit Baltimore,
I have a good time, man.
You're gonna have a great time.
I have a good time.
You have a great time, man. Go visit Bygone, well, you can't get in the Elk Room unless you know me. You with me or somebody.
I'm cool with you?
Yeah, you cool, man.
Already.
You know what I'm saying? But they got a lot of nice spots in Bmore, you know what I'm saying, where you can go and enjoy yourself and have a good time, man. A lot of history there, you know?
I admired, we can go to your Hall of Fame speech now as you're wearing the Hall of Fame ring around your neck. I admired how you used the platform to speak about Black Lives Matter and police brutality. You spoke earlier about how you felt the platform that you had and the prominence that you have, the weight on your shoulders to do these things and speak out on these issues.
Yeah.
But why in that particular space, when everyone's celebrating you, that you decide to give light on Black Lives Matter and police brutality?
Because that moment wasn't about me. I didn't get there by myself. So why am I going to get up there and talk about what you already saw on the highlight reel? You know what I'm saying? You already know what Ed did. Now you want to know what was Ed off the football field? Who were the people in his life, you know, to help him get to that point? What are the things that affect you as a human being? You know what I'm saying? And that's the time to do it. You know, nothing to him, but that's why I thought T.O. should have went, because now you have the platform to say all the things you want to say, you know? So for me, it was just trying to bring light to the world, man. Like, all police are not bad, dude. My brother's a police officer. I mean, he played with me in, he's actually Miami Beach police, you know? So it's just so much, man, that was on my mind. There's a lot of stuff I actually left out because they like hitting the time. You know, they only give you like 10 minutes or 15 minutes to
Before they
speak.
used to let everybody speak for as long as they want to. Then they start
Exactly,
putting the
you know,
restrictions on
but
people.
it is, I mean, it gets long, you know what I'm saying? You got a lot of old guys there sitting there. I'm gonna be there this year, I'm gonna be there every year smoking a cigar, you know, listening to my guys. But that's a time, man, that which you can bring light to the world, man. You can help somebody out. You know, you can talk about issues that affected you, and people will never know, like thinking you're perfect. People put us on a high pedestal because we play the sport, when in all actual reality, we're human, just like everybody else. We're no different. We just worked our ass off to be really good in sports. You work your ass off, you can do the same thing. It's no different. It really is. Just, you know, the heart gotta be there. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we human beings, man. And that's why I tell a lot of pictures. I got my gram, I be like, no pics. You know, I got this no pic thing going around because it's out of hand, man. There's a camera everywhere. And it's not just these cameras, it's the cameras you got in your phone, in your pocket. You know, everybody got a camera. From a 7, 8-year-old to a 88-year-old, you know? And everybody feel like they're entitled to your time, your picture. Come on, man. I'm just as human as you. Walking down the street. Hey, Ed, what's up, man? Cool. How you doing? It's like you seeing your boy walking up the street, walking on the side street. What's up, bro? You holler at him, keep it moving. That's how it used to be back in the old days before all these phones came along.
Changed. Technology has changed everything.
But that's part of my gripe in this world, is that the forefathers didn't foresee that when they wrote the Constitution and all that stuff. You see what I'm saying? So we're still living under some of those laws, man. We're still living under some of those ways, and they didn't foresee the internet. They didn't foresee that stuff. That stuff affects our livelihood different.
Hey, I could talk to you for like another 5 or 6 hours.
I got time, man.
That's how we got to wrap it up here. But Ed, thank you so much for taking the time out during the Super Bowl week, spending time here on Untold Stories. It's a perfect way for us to wrap up season 1. I wish you nothing but the best this week as we also celebrate you on Sunday at the Super Bowl during NFL 100, being a member of that. Congratulations on that as well. So Thank you for the time. And I also wanted to end this game before you busted my ass. That's how
it's my shot on the 8 ball. And I appreciate y'all having me here,
You want to go ahead and finish this off real quick?
Taking the time out y'all day to come watch us shoot pool and me smoke a cigar and bust you down in pool. I'm going to put it right here.
Go ahead. You got it right here.
It's a scratch shot. I'm going to try not to scratch.
Let's play this out real quick. Let's see.
You go do your thing.
Let's see if we can play this out.
You got a lot of kids in the street. Only thing I'm trying to do is get from under these cooking lights. I feel like a chicken roasting right now. Turning.
What would be your dream coaching job?
My dream coaching job? Probably head coach. It'll definitely be head coaching. And I can't limit myself. I won't limit myself. I coach anywhere, man. You know? Almost anywhere. Because it depends on who your boss, who you work for. That's in any profession, man. If your boss a jerk, you're going to be getting it every day. You know, if your boss in the NFL don't like his wife and don't want to go home, you're going to be there a long time. You know, so I'm gonna put it right there.
You sure you got it?
I'm gonna bring my slice
they
out.
tell me they gotta
real
wrap it up right here. I'm hoping you kind of scratch low key.
It ain't gonna scratch. You want to win like that?
I'll take a win however I can get it. Feel me?
That is true. A win's a win.
Let's wrap this up real quick. Let me knock.
So we got any San Fran fans in here?
There you go. This is a shot right there.
KC fans?
That's San Fran fan right there.
Who's winning the game? Hey, my man, YSL. You by yourself, you better be careful, man. That's about right.
Hey, you made it, man. Hey, man.
My man.
Thank you so much.
I enjoy it, bro.
Thank you
No
very
doubt,
much.
man.
Hey, appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thanks for supporting us all season long. I'm Master Tesfatsion. I'm out. See you guys season 2. Thanks for kicking it with us. Subscribe to BR to check out more dope videos like this one.